Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 48. Today we're going to review a product that is likely to give you the chills.
So is it one of those cooled blankets? I kind of hope so, because I've been sweating a lot here in Michigan. It's been hot lately.
No, maybe I should have said it's going to give your food the chills.
Okay. So is it one of those like really long knives with a cutting board set that, terrifies the food, lets them know what's coming?
No, just no. I swear, I don't know where you come up with this stuff from.
Really? So what are you saying? Do you think I would mess with you on purpose? Kind of like I'm doing right now?
When am I ever going to learn?
Well, my hope is never, because that was kind of fun. So, setting all fun aside, set the fun aside, Nessa. Let's get into a discussion about the GE Garage Ready Freezer unit that we're reviewing today.
Oh, talk about adding insult to injury. You even knew the real topic all along.
Well, of course, absolutely. I wouldn't just run willy-nilly face first into an episode without at least doing some prep work ahead of time. I mean, unlike Nessa, I'm a professional here.
Don't you have to get paid to be a professional?
Ouch. Yeah, well, that's a fair point. We're not really monetized yet, right? But back to the point of this episode, this garage ready freezer. That's such a strange term. What are they getting at?
Garage ready refers to devices that are designed to run in the potentially inhospitable environment that is most people's garages. So they have to be able to run in potentially the cold and the heat.
You mean like the power station?
That's exactly right. So freezers that aren't garage ready do feel the heat and decide they can't go on, at least at some point.
Yeah, and believe it or not, extreme cold isn't really good for these freezers either. Some people seem to think so because the interior of a freezer is of course designed to be very cold. So people think that the outside should be able to be cold as well, but that is not the case.
So how about I share some of the features of this freezer?
Yeah, that's a great idea. So Bruce, why don't you give us a rundown of some of the specs and the capabilities here so that our viewers can start to get a sense of whether or not this freezer has what it takes for them.
Sounds good. So the freezer that we chose is the GE Garage Ready 21.3 cubic foot upright freezer in white. Garage ready for this model means operating in temperatures from 0 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. There's an audible temperature alarm as well as a door alarm if it's left open. There are outside digital controls. The interior is illuminated with LED lighting, and that should meet most people's needs. The unit is frost-free. There is a door lock with key. It is also Energy Star compliant. There's transparent glass shelves to maximize the impact of the LED lighting. And there's also 48-hour food protection in the event of a power outage. It has mostly static shelves. There are a couple that can be adjusted slightly, but mostly they have fixed positions. The door shelves cover about 70% of the door space. They don't actually go directly in front of the bottom drawer, so just keep that in mind that they don't go all the way down.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a pretty comprehensive list. I think that most likely exceeds most people's requirements if people have requirements for a garage fridge or freezer. So how much does this unit cost?
It's not the cheapest unit in the world, but I don't think that the pricing is out of line for, again, the specifications that we walked through. So for the 21.3, which is the largest garage ready that GE makes, for that 21.3 cubic foot model, it is about $1,150, depending on the store that you're looking at. They do also make a 17.3 and a 14.1 size unit if you don't need something quite that large.
Okay, yeah, and I seem to recall when you bought yours that you had to wait for a while. What was that all about?
Well, that was another wonderful side effect of, the COVID-19, whole pandemic thing. And what was going on during that time is I think a lot of people were really worried about food supply and that kind of thing. And so people were snatching up freezers as fast as they could. So we had to wait for ours to come in. Now, us, by the way, we weren't in the market because we were worried about food supply so much as just, having overflow space for a family of 6 and some extra freezer space. We actually had an upright freezer. But that freezer dated back to 1980, and it finally had to be replaced.
1980? 1980, dude. That was 40 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was an over 40-year-old freezer, and we only really had to replace. I said it died, right? But we had to replace it because we could no longer get refrigerant, which in effect meant it was dead. But if we'd been able to put refrigerant in it, it might have actually stayed running.
Yeah, that's really amazing, actually. And I know it sounds cliche, and it is a cliche, but I think it's true. They really don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, and you know, to be perfectly honest with you, we have no illusions that this new GE unit is going to give us another 40 years. I don't know that that's you know, realistic today, but you know, certainly we would take that if it happened, but I don't know that that can be our expectations really anymore.
Agreed. So, how about you give us a list of your likes and dislikes for this unit?
You know, I would say it's mostly likes. So I think the size is really good for us. You know, we're a family of 6. I really like the fact that it has the external temperature controls. That way you don't have to open up the freezer in order to change the temperature. As well, you're able to see that temperature reading on the outside without having to open it up. So I think that's really nice, that you don't have to let any of your cold air out to, you know, monitor the temperature or make an adjustment to it. I think the storage layout is pretty good. You know, maybe I would tweak a few things here and there. I wish the door bins were maybe a little bit deeper than they are. It'd make them just a little bit more useful, but they're not a horrible size. And obviously, I think would like a few more of the door bins, but because there's bottom drawers, and those bottom drawers, you know, are solid, you know, panels basically in that space, you can't have a door pocket there and you know, not have it run into the drawers. So I find that the seal of the door, it might be a little too tight, right? It's a super good seal, and so, you know, you really kind of have to give it a good pull to get that door to open. That's almost hermetically sealed, if you will. And the side effect of that, right? I mean, it's nice from not letting the cold out, but the side effect is the way the door handle is designed. I think that's led to us having to tighten that handle down. Now, the last time I tightened it, I really torqued it, and I haven't had to make an adjustment since. So maybe I finally got it to the point where, you know, that handle's going to stay where it is. But it's just an Allen head wrench that you stick in and you tighten it down. So, you know, again, just these little quips that I have.
Okay, good. Mostly good stuff. So, any final thoughts?
Well, it keeps everything frozen, and that's pretty much what we bought it for. So, you know, yay.
Yeah, that makes sense. No reason not to keep it simple, right? So let me ask the question, let me reframe it. Is there any reason we would not give this the DadsTalkTECH seal of approval?
Really none that I can think of. So do you want to do the honors?
Yes! I mean, yes. This unit is getting the DadsTalkTECH seal of approval.
Well, there you have it. Another product getting the DadsTalkTECH seal of approval. Keith, how did that feel introducing the seal of approval for a change?
Yeah, felt damn good. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, in reality, I guess it was no big deal.
Well, do you know what is a big deal?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe giving this video a like since you're still here watching?
Exactly. And since you're down there messing around with the like button...
Yeah, right. While you're down there by that like button, go ahead and give that bell and the subscribe button. Give them a little tickle as well.
That's going to do it for Bruce, Keith, and Nessa and the freezer. You'll see us on another episode of Dad's Talk Tech.